who was Lord and Savior in my life. Good evening, everybody. Every now and then I have this dream, and I go back in time to visualize myself being born. I see myself being ripped out of an open womb and fed to starving wolves, forced to fend for myself, just a few seconds old. I never get to see much before I wake up from this dream. This dream startles me because I'm still here to stand before you today. So I must have lived through that story. But growing up as a kid, I was in a sense ripped from the womb, adopted as an infant. Childhood was like a blur. I had lived in several different foster homes before I had reached the age of 5. Finally, I was adopted by my great aunt at the age of 5. Life became a little rough because I wasn't exactly what you would call a model child. I got into things. I was a kid. I also got chastised for those things. Up until kindergarten, I didn't know what the time I was. My aunt threw everything at me but the kitchen sink, and I think you all know why. I just wanted someone to talk to, someone to sit me down and just talk with me. I just went to school, got out, and ran the streets until it was time to come in. I left. I did. Eventually, I just went to school and ran the streets until I had to go in. I didn't really talk much to my auntie, but I got into lots of trouble. She tried to take my head off every time. Eventually to the point where she was picking fights with me. I left my senior year, and I was planning on going half on the rink with my cousin. I was balancing school and work. I struggled to do so because of lack of concentration and transportation. Later on, my cousin lost his job, and we were on the verge of being evicted. We struggled a little until we got the eviction letter. I lost my job. I was devastated, but I was never taught to show emotion. I just lifted my head and kept going. We moved out and in with what has become the closest thing to a mother and a father that I have ever known, Paula and Dwayne Brewer. I later met Mr. King. Mr. King was one of the single most influential people I've ever had the opportunity to meet. Mr. King was doing a presentation in the class, and I had seen Mr. King around school. I just didn't know what he did. He invited me to that class, and the teacher said that if he comes in, then I have to go. That's how I was in class. That's how I was in school. So Mr. King was doing a presentation in class, and I had seen Mr. King around school. He did this presentation, and he said in that story that kids who ran the streets would either end up in two places, his funeral home or jail. Would you believe me if I told you the next time I called Mr. King from a payphone in Calcasieu Correctional Center? Well, Mr. King, along with Ms. Wanda, have embraced me and been my mentors and have been my second set of parents. Without the help of them, I don't think I'll be standing here today. So thank you. I'm now striving to graduate. And I'm on track to graduate in May. I guess the moral of my story is the streets are winning your kids. You're not talking to them and being involved in their lives, someone will sit them down and talk to them. And chances are it won't be a positive role model. can't say in my story, but I did sit down and talk to a drug dealer when I was a youngster. I became a part of their life. The gangsters and thugs need people to succeed their businesses too, so it can live on. That's their way of saying you had your opportunity to influence those kids positively. You passed it up. Things like homework night is the best way to show you care about your community and the people in it. Take time out to get to know the kid you're tutoring. Talk to them, and it may actually affect the outcome of their life. You never know. Thank you.